How are you guys? This is the, let's say, 29th episode of Python tutorial series. So Python lambda. A lambda function is a small anonymous function. A lambda function can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression like this. Lambda space arguments colon expression. The expression is executed and the result is returned. Attend to argument a and return the result. Okay, so x equals to x lambda function. Here the argument is a and the return value is after the colon, which is a plus 10. So all in the same line, and print of x of 5. Now x is the lambda function, anonymous lambda function. Fine. I don't know whether x is the lambda function or a is x. Anyway, so 5 is an argument and a plus 10 plus, that means 15 will be returned and 15 will be printed on the console. That's what. Lambda functions can take any number of arguments, like multiply argument a with argument b and return the result. Okay, so x equals to lambda a comma b. That means, why is it called anonymous? Because every time you simply write lambda, you do not write any function name of your choice. You do not do anything of that sort. So a comma b, these are two arguments, and colon return result is a multiplied by b. So if you print x of 5 comma 6, that means x is the lambda function, and inside this you send two arguments 5 and 6. So they will simply be multiplied. 5 times 6, 30 will be returned, and we will see 30 on the console. Now example, summarized argument a, b and c and return the result. Summarize means add. So x is a lambda function, lambda a comma b comma c. It takes 3 arguments and colon. The return result is a plus b plus c. Print of x of 5 comma 6 comma 2. So we will have 13 as the output. Okay. Now why use lambda functions? Okay, let's see. The power of lambda is better shown when you use them as an anonymous function inside another function. Okay, say you have a function definition that takes one argument, and that argument will be multiplied with an unknown number. That unknown number is possibly a around here. Def my function of n colon return lambda a colon a multiplied by n. Use that function definition to make a function that always doubles the number you send in. Okay. So when you write like function def my function of n colon return lambda a colon a times multiplied by n. So my doubler equals to my function of 2. So 2 is sent as n. N is 2, fine. But so my doubler equals to my function of 2. So my doubler is what? It is, should I call this a variable? It's a function call. It's definitely is a variable. My doubler is a variable. Not exactly a variable, I don't know. My func of 2, so n will be 2. Now if you print my doubler of 11, then a will be 11. So 11 multiplied by 2, what is 22 will be printed out. Now you or use the same function definition to make a function that always triples the number you send in. Okay, def my function of n return lambda a colon a multiplied by n tripler equals to my func of 3, so n will be 3, fine, and print my tripler of 11, so 11 a will be 11, so 11 multiplied by 3, 33 will be printed out. Let's see. In the previous case I believe it was 22. Or use the same function definition to make both functions in the same program. Okay, no problem. Def my function of n return lambda a colon a multiplied by n. When you say my doubler equals to my func of 2, you set n equals to 2. And also, you in case of my tripler, you make n as 3. Okay. Now, whenever you will be like printing my doubler of 11, 22 will be printed out. When you will be printing my tripler of 11, 11 multiplied by 3, so 33 will be printed out. So in the first line 22, in the second line 33 will be printed out. Use lambda functions when an anonymous function is required for a short period of time. Anonymous means no name, no identity. So use lambda functions when an anonymous function is required for a short period of time. Since it is a very short period, we won't need it in the long run. So we don't need to name it. We like to call it what? We like to call it anonymous, and that's what lambda functions are. Okay. So now exercises. Create a lambda function that takes one parameter a and returns it. So how do you do that? Oh gosh. X equals to lambda, that's what it's gonna be for sure. L has to be, now a is, let's say, the parameter, and here will be the colon, and the return value is also the parameter a. So if we submit this, I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh god damn it. Now it's a correct result, and the time is only 8 minutes, so we should advance. Okay, so what happened? Why does it feel so clumsy? Should we start arrays? Okay, Python arrays. Python does not have built-in support for arrays, but Python lists can be used instead. Arrays. No, this page shows you how to use lists as arrays. However, to work with array in Python, you will have to import a library like the NumPy library. I don't need to do that right now. Arrays are used to store multiple values in one single variable. Create an array containing car names. It's actually a list in Python. So cars equals to Ford, Volvo and BMW. You want to try it yourself? Okay, cars equals to a list of Ford, Volvo and item BMW, these three items. If you print car, the items will be printed in single quotation with square brackets around them. What is an array? I believe it's already more than 9 minutes, so stop it. Let's stop it around here so I can see you in the 30th video. Thank you until then.